Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let's talk about the Middle East, about Iran, about Syria, about Israel, about the Kurds, and see what's going on over there. A little update. We're going to start with the first great news, and that is, coming from Sputnik, Iran+Russia agreement includes cooperation on security, defense. Iranian Foreign Ministry said. So what does that mean? Security and defense. What that means? Security and defense. So if Israel attacks Iran, the Russian will cooperate with Iran, not with Israel. But hey, we will cooperate. we will follow orders of the Jewish state. Aren't we? Yes, we are. Why? Some people somewhere. And lots of money. Okay, so that means that Iran is safe? No, it's not safe because those guys will push. Why? Because they want to see the Russians, the Iranians fighting the Americans, not the Israelis. No. Israel will make it in such a way like Jesus Christ. Remember? And I will always use this example so you can get it in your thing if it's not there yet. They work with other people's, they use other people's hands to pick up the hot potato. They've been doing this with your Jesus Christ. They did the same way. Remember when they brought Jesus Christ in front of Pontius Pilatus? We can't. You can. That's why I brought him. Our law, because we are moral, we can't do this. But you, since you're immoral, somehow you can. Your law allows that, so why don't you do it for... You'll see. All right, so what's going on over here? Well, the Iranians will have a little bit of, how should I put it, false security. Why? Israel will make sure they are going to be, why? It can't be two. It has to be one. The cooperation agreement between Iran and Russia covers various aspects, and I'm quoting, one of the most significant areas of cooperation is trade and economic matters, as well as cooperation in the fields of energy, defense, and security. All right, so that's the first one. And it says here in December, Iranian ambassador to Moscow said that Iranian president plans to visit the Russian capital on January 17 and sign an agreement that is intended to replace the current document between the countries on the foundations of relations and principles of cooperation, which was signed in Moscow back in 2001. So since 2001, the Russians held back. Now, since these guys did what they did in Syria, the Russians says, well, maybe it's time to show that we can smack them back. And that I think that's exactly what I think it happens, including BRICS. BRICS is a brick hit in the balls of us. But hey, if we have these traitors in charge of us, what do you expect? All right, let's see what's going on here in Iran again. We'll stay with Iran. Russia Today. Iran warns Israel of potential large-scale war. And Israel says, finally. Iranian foreign minister hopes reason will prevail. No, it's not about reason here, with the Israeli leadership. Do you know the reason why Israel claims those lands are theirs? It's nothing reasonable or reason. It's because their God told them about, 3,000 years ago, verbally, that it's yours. You're going to take it from them. And it's exactly what happened. So it's so much reason. There's not going to be any reason prevailing over there. That's their argument. Their God told them that, promised. This is a foundation. I spoke with three, actually there were four, but let's put a woman out because she didn't say shit. Four Israeli military. They were in the military. Who wasn't? All right. And we were in the top of the mountains in Romania, in the Carpathian Mountains. And we just met over there. had some conversation, and that was the time, I think it was 2000, oh my God, a long time ago, don't even know. I can't remember when it was, 2018? Something, maybe even more than 18. More than 18. Nevertheless, so we went over there and we had a conversation. I was, picking their brains and so on. And I asked about the conflict over there. I think I told you this story. And one of them was the guy that I would really befriend that guy. He was a very smart, temperate, courageous, calm, but you can tell he can do a lot of stuff. I like the guy. Then it was the other one that was kind of like, and it was the other one who would just cut your throat right there if he didn't like you. So when I asked what's going on over there and what, whose lands and so on, the guy who would clip, he said, God gave it to us. He promised us. I said, oh, shit. Is this your argument? And I said, yeah, that's the main. I mean, the best of them, I can't remember his name. I used to be friends with him on Facebook. I like the guy very much. I was with them friends on Facebook with all three of them. With a woman, I wasn't. She didn't talk. That maybe she was mute. I know she wasn't. But they befriended me. They sent me invitations, all of them in the same time. So probably they were at the party, and then the order was given, befriend this baboon. Anyway, so this was the argument, and that was the time when I realized that there will be no state solution over there. There will be no understanding. There's not going to be one happy Palestine and Jewish, and nothing like that. I said, if this is the argument, it's all over. So reason will prevail. Good job, my Persian friends. Yeah. Israel risks triggering a large-scale war. They don't risk. Maybe they want it. If it launches another military attack on Tehran, they will do it. Iranian foreign minister has told Chinese media. And he says, we are fully prepared for the possibility of further attacks by Israel, the prime minister said. Foreign minister or prime minister? Foreign minister, I'm sorry. The foreign minister said, I hope Israel will refrain from taking such reckless actions. No, because it's not going to be the Israeli. It's going to be the Americans. Remember Jesus Christ? All right. As it could lead to a large-scale war. We believe that reason will ultimately prevail and prevent actions that could have serious consequences. I don't think so, for the reasons I mentioned. And it's like, we say it, that's the way it is, my friends. These guys want more and they will get more. We have a saying in Romania, pofta vine mâncând. That is, you feel like eating more and more once you start eating. So, you want the same thing here. Once you get this kind of land, then you get this kind of land, and then you got this kind of land and this kind of land. The United Nations resolutions mean shit. For the same reason, you got Pontus Pilatus over there, Pax Americana. There's gonna be, everybody, veto. All right, let's go and see how the shit hits the fan in Syria, shall we? Sputnik, new Syrian authorities demand Kurdish fighters lay down arms. Now, the Kurdish fighters that are promoted by and supported and armed and financed by Americans, which is us supposedly, or the Kurdish fighters that are somewhere lost in space that Erdogan booms and bombs and combinam, or the Kurdish fighters from the new reformed Arab leader. Is that, let's see. The interim Syrian government held talks with representatives of the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, I think that's called a terrorist organization in Ankara, Turkey, demanding that they disarm. Turkish newspapers Hürriyet reported on Monday, citing unnamed sources. Thank you very much. Well, my unnamed sources say that these guys are lying. How about that one? No? Can't say that? All right. Turkish President Erdogan previously stated that Turkey would not accept members of PKK designated terrorists by Ankara as legitimate representatives of Syrian Kurds. Meanwhile, PKK leader Abdullah Öcalan, currently serving a life sentence in Turkey's Papapap Island, during a meeting with members of pro-Kurdish DEM party last week, expressed his willingness to take a positive step towards resolving the Kurdish issue in the country. Two meetings have been taken place in the new Syrian authorities and representatives of PKK, who reportedly sought recognition as a division or corps within the official Syrian army in exchange for disarmament. No, I'm not going to give you my weapons. God damn it. You're going to come and kill me in the middle of the night. No. The new Syrian authorities did not accept any conditions, the Turkish newspaper said. You know who's going to say what? Is going to say what the Americans want. That's exactly what's going to happen. If the Americans will tell the guys in Damascus right now, the reformed leaders, the former jihadist reform leader, going to say, hey, baboon, you cut it off, and the other one, you cut it off, or cut it up, or whatever you want to call it, they will do it. I guarantee you. And if they don't, the American drones, we will designate them who's a terrorist and who's not. Again, we're going to reshuffle the table. I'm going to say, you, let's go, boom, boom, boom. And we're going to fix things over there. For who? For our interests. No, for Israel. All right, let's go to the next article. And this is the last one. This, I think it's such a... But anyway, let's share it with you. Russia Today. Will Israel achieve a historic victory in 2025? What's the history? What's the victory? Taking over the planet? All the military gains of the past year could prove Pyrrhic in a bid to revitalize its purpose and war. Israel is chasing a victory that is comparable to what it achieved in 1967. No. My answer is this. Israel is not fighting only human beings, whatever they, or organizations. They fight an idea. And they fight an idea who lives in some people's hearts, not only in brains, in hearts. And that it gets fed by the atrocities committed by. So the more atrocities you do and you think you eliminate and you do this, grows in other people's hearts and grows and hatred and all that. So that you can't eliminate, unless you eliminate all of them, you eliminate the idea. But I don't think it's really possible unless you detonate a chemical weapon with a gene for the particular group. The problem is the Semitic people are also, I'm talking about the Palestinians, I'm talking about the Israelis. So yeah, it's not hard to make it for this only, but that's the way they could do it. Not with an atomic bomb, no, with a chemical weapon. And they will just disperse it, and those guys will all go. And then from, let's say, 100%, you get to 1%. And the 1%, you're going to make sure you look for them, okay? That's the way they will probably do it. They will not do it with conventional weapons. Too much. And it grows. Each success that these guys could have, they call it success here, is going to grow here tenfold in people's hearts. It is an idea. And it's not only an idea that stays in the Middle East area. It grows in the United States of America, Canada, and other areas. Because people see who is who and what's what. And the problem is, because these traitors in charge of us support our ally in such a way, the ally has a good appetite. That's the word. The appetite grows while you start eating. The same here. When they have an appetite to promise whatever, and they will not stop. And they will have the Americans, they will create the environment, the milieu for the Americans to be attacked, like USS Liberty, remember? Somehow, an incident like the Gulf of Tonkin, it was the Iranians, and we were attacked on the high seas. Is that how we said? This day will live in infamy. Remember what the fuck now? And we were going to get and fight the Russians. And those guys will count their money in the bazaar or in the temple. However, and then Jesus Christ, I hope, if there is, I don't, all right. I hope Jesus Christ comes back here and fucks us all up. I mean, sends me where I deserve, sends you where you deserve, and all that. But I want that to happen. Not by the Old Testament prophecy, but the New Testament prophecy. Because the Old Testament prophecy, we're all going to bring the milk and honey and the fat of our nations to Jerusalem. In the New Testament, if you look at the Revelation and not only that, it's a little bit different. So I hope Jesus Christ shows up and says, okay, boys, that's it, my second coming. But I don't think so. Sorry to tell you that. Break the news is like telling people Santa Claus is a fantasy. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't want to spoil your party now. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.